Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have some Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell news to share with you guys, and this honestly could be a tipping point for some of Donald Trump's supporters. So during a Senate hearing, Trump's Attorney General, Pam Bondi, she pulled a Kash Patel. She did what he did a couple weeks back that I shared with you guys. She essentially confirmed Trump's guilt. So check this out and what she had to say.
Bondi, why did you publicly claim to have the Epstein client list waiting for your review and then produce nothing relevant to that claim?
Senator Durbin, if you listen to my entire clip on that, I said I had not reviewed it yet, that it was sitting on my desk along with the JFK files, the Martin Luther King files, and I said I had not yet reviewed it. And if you see our memo on Epstein, you will see, excuse me, our memo on Epstein clearly points out that there was no client list, our July 6th memo.
According to another whistleblower who made a protected disclosure to my office, you pushed the FBI to review approximately 100,000 Epstein-related records on an arbitrarily short deadline in March, and the FBI was directed to flag any documents that mentioned President Trump. So who gave the order to flag records related to President Trump?
To flag records for President Trump?
To flag any records which included his name.
I'm not going to discuss anything about that with you, Senator.
Eventually, you're going to have to answer for your conduct in this. You won't do it today, but eventually you will.
I'm not going to answer. So she doesn't deny that they did in fact flag Trump's name in all of these Epstein files. She just refuses to talk about it. Same thing Kash Patel pulled when he was questioned about the Epstein files. They know if they flat out lie under oath, it's going to be exponentially worse for them when Trump is out of power. These people need to go to prison. They absolutely have to go to prison. You know, and this is not going to sit well with Donald Trump voters. They were already pissed off at Bondi. They were already questioning why Trump won't release the files, which we all know the answer. They just haven't come to grips with it yet. And these comments that she made, this was just today. This was just this morning. This comes less than 24 hours after Donald Trump had this to say. This was in a press conference in the White House, in the Oval Office. Check this out.
Back and they rejected today an appeal by Ghislaine Maxwell to overturn her conviction. That means her only chance of getting out of prison is a pardon from you. Is that something you're...
Who are we talking about?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
You know, I haven't heard the name in so long. I can say this, that I'd have to take a look at it. I would have to take a look. Did they reject that?
She wanted to appeal her conviction.
And what happened?
They said that they were not going to hear her appeal.
I see. Well, I'll take a look at it. I will speak to the DOJ. I wouldn't consider it or not consider it. I don't know anything about it. So, but I will speak to the DOJ.
Why would she be a candidate for clemency, sir?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to speak to the DOJ. I'll look at it. I have a lot of people who have asked me for pardons. I call him Puff Daddy has asked me for a pardon.
But she was convicted of child sex trafficking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to take a look at it. I have to ask DOJ. I didn't know they rejected it. I didn't know she was even asking for it, frankly.
So, complete deflection from him. The only answer to that question is, hell no, I am not pardoning a convicted child sex trafficker. This is what we all knew. This is what we knew was coming. We knew that because Maxwell kept her mouth shut about Donald Trump, he likely agreed to give her a pardon, or at least, kind of like insinuated that maybe we'll give you a pardon. So now he's vowing to take a look at it. The only people who were caught off guard by this are the hardcore Kool-Aid drinking cult members. So, people like Looney Laura Loomer. Yesterday, after word got out about this, after, the video went viral and people started going, what the hell is going on? why would he even consider this? And, he pretends, oh, I haven't heard that name in so long. Gosh, didn't even know this was going down. Bullshit. Anyway, Loomer posts this on Twitter. She wrote, quote, I strongly advise against anyone lobbying the Trump admin and the DOJ to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. Do not do it. I repeat, do not do it. There will be a reckoning, there will be no coming back from that. I repeat again, for the love of God, do not do it. And then she tagged Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and Pam Bondi in that tweet. So as you can imagine, Loomer got dragged. She got dragged from all sides, really. She got dragged by Democrats who were largely saying, like, you're going to forgive him. You're just going to make excuses. Even if he does do it, you will find a way. You're going to move the goalpost. You guys are just going to go along with it. You'll make an excuse. And then there were, sadly, a decent number of MAGA morons who were arguing with Loomer and saying, well, she should be pardoned because the Trump administration says there were no co-conspirators. So why are you against this, Laura? Why would we keep her in prison? I swear, they are the biggest idiots on the planet. They're so easily fooled. They have the cognitive skills of a toddler. Anyway, there were a few Trump supporters who were not happy about this. So one man replied to Loomer's tweet, and he said, quote, we're going to get Maxwell pardoned before we get Schiff arrested. What is this administration doing? Not the brightest bulb. Really. I mean, if you think that Adam Schiff, who I'm no fan of, I think he is a corporate goon. I think he is like the typical politician. I am not an Adam Schiff fan. But if you think that Adam Schiff is guilty of something that warrants his arrest and prosecution, but you think that Donald Trump is innocent, you are a dumbass. Another dull bulb wrote, quote, if Trump isn't smart enough to figure this one out on his own, he doesn't belong in office. No amount of advisors should be able to convince a decent person to pardon a child sex trafficking ghoul. I mean, first of all, guy, he's not smart enough. Not smart enough to figure that out at all. And he's not a decent person. So I don't know who you're referring to, but it's not Trump. Also, there was another guy named Mark. He also responded to Loomer, and he wrote, quote, we know it's coming. Democrats will walk, including those responsible for Republicans crying victim over Jack Smith, and Maxwell will walk too. The POTUS DOJ is a joke. If we can't get prosecutions or Epstein clients now, there's no point in me ever voting GOP again. I mean, they just don't get it. They still don't get it that it's not all Democrats on that list. It's your guy. It's the guy in the White House. The call's coming from inside the house. Another MAGA supporter told Loomer, quote, this would be the absolute worst thing that could happen for the current administration and Republicans in general. I agree there will be no coming back from it. The fact that he didn't answer with a sharp no is bad enough. I mean, they're not wrong. Also, a January 6er commented on this. So you're going to remember this guy. This was John Strand. You remember him with his high cheekbones. He was in the Capitol giving a speech about COVID and the lockdowns and all this garbage. He was with that doctor. I forget her name. But anyway, he was in there with his scarf and, looking very vogue. I guess he used to be a model or something. Anyway, Strand wrote, quote, I completely agree. That should be common sense. Yeah, well, that's not Donald Trump's strong suit. And then another MAGA man who I see frequently on Twitter, he replied with, quote, "That's a last straw move. Trump has already caved to both the socialist, the neocons, big pharma, and more." Both? We're getting as sick of him as the other ultra demonic government team. Both. And then he names 4 things. Like I said, not the brightest bulbs. And then another cult member agreed with Loomer, and they said, quote, 100. It will blow the MAGA/Maha alliance apart. She is a human trafficker. Why would you even consider pardoning her? If you want to pardon someone, try at real Tina Peters. Again, these people are dumber than dirt that has not been watered in centuries. Does not even realize that Trump does not have the power to pardon Tina Peters. And for those who don't know who she is, she's the woman I've reported on a billion times. She was the county clerk in Colorado. She was convicted of helping to basically give access to for voting machines and voting equipment and all of the data in those voting machines. She gave access to unauthorized people after the 2020 election because she's an election denier who fell for Donald Trump's lies about the election being stolen. So she was busted. No issues with her prosecution. Like this has gone through appeals. She is still in the process of appealing. She got convicted and sentenced to a total of 9 years behind bars for her crimes. She had people who were her friends who testified against her. They were co-conspirators. So they had her dead to rights. She is where she belongs, and these people are still trying to get her out. And this idiot thinks that Donald Trump can go and pardon her. So there you go. I mean, there's a reason they voted for him. But yeah, that whole, they both, that whole thing, and names 4 or 5 different entities. That one just cracked me up. Anyway, not going over well with the MAGA crowd. If not for the victims, if I was not concerned about the victims and them not seeing justice and how they would feel about it and the detrimental effects on them, I would say go for it, Trump. Let Ghislaine Maxwell out because, number one, I think somebody would take her out. So I don't think we'd have to deal with her, the type of scum that she is, out in the world for too long because she knows too much, and I think someone will eventually off her. The other reason is I really want to blow up his base. I'm not physically. I want to absolutely tear apart his base in any way possible. And this is the perfect way to do it. So anyway, there you go, guys. When I hear more, I'll let you know. But I have no doubt that Donald Trump will eventually pardon her, whether it's now, whether it's 6 months from now, on his way out the door. I think it's inevitable. All right. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please please share this with everyone you know. Please subscribe if you have not. If you can donate, truly appreciate it. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.